Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Before we get into the show, I want to remind you folks, Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's right, indcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, musicians, and other creatives. And for a limited time, if you want to join their number and not have to pay that whole $40 for a lifetime support, use secret code podcast1 and get it for half off. That's right, I'm saving you $20 for all you people who want a community of creatives that you don't have to worry about being bothered by the mechanizations of deranged billionaires. Yes, friends, it is the place to go. Now, we are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others, and big, stompy robots. The Big Stompy Robots universe is ever expanding and is a wonderful place for somebody who believes that gaming should be cheap, fun, easy to learn, and quick to play. Pick up the core rulebook and all the other delightful products, including the app over at JB Tech Apps. Link described somewhere in here. Have I lost my link to JB Tech Apps? Yes, I have. You will have to go on faith. Oh, there it is. bit.ly/JB Tech Apps. Now, we are also, for those of you who are asking, made possible by sales of Hates and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, and her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Now, before we get any further, thank you for your patience. I did plan to stream live at 10 o'clock per normal, but anyone who's taken a road trip knows that even a relatively short road trip can grow an hour when a semi-truck breaks down in the middle of a construction zone. So thank you all for your patience. We are literally fresh back. I think I may have been in the house 10 minutes. My phone is still in the car with the navigator running, because I was in such a hurry to get in here and start broadcasting to you, my beautiful viewers. But Yes, we are fresh from 2 days open, 3 days of hauling butt and kicking names at the wonderful StompCon. Huge thanks to Pat and especially to Adrian over at By the Board and everyone else who was involved with that incredible convention. We had a blast. I got to demo Big Stompy Robots so much. Poor Fawn had to memorize my spiel by osmosis. This year, the only thing that was lifted off my table, aside from one miniature of the 3D print variety that was yoinked by a very small, very adorable little thief who didn't know better. I wasn't going to say anything. Was a little, one of the lob tokens was swiped by somebody, put in their pocket. If that's what they wanted from my convention setup, I'm glad for it. As we speak, the rain is pouring down, and we are waiting for an opportunity to unload the car and start opening things back up. But we had a blast. This is my wife's favorite convention so far. This is actually fast becoming one of mine. I haven't had this much fun since the early days of Arcticon, to be honest. I truly love LodgeCon. It is a very curated, like all the vendors are groovy. Very exciting. There's lots of gaming. Just a great time. I did a lot of networking. I also will have to be reaching out to Joe and or Richie to basically run off as many of those BSR minis as you can. They sold quite nicely. I am not out of them, but of the standard size ones, I am running remarkably low. So there is that. I'll also be talking about, because one or both of you made the smaller scale ones, and I may be putting a bulk order. Reach out and tell me how much I owe you guys for the resin and stuff, resin / print, because watching the guys that tried to decide which print style they liked better was part of the enjoyment. And let me tell you, longtime Big Stompy Robots fans, because we have them, were all over it. I did one piece of art, and it was actually gift art to the lovely Adrian over at By the Board Games, who I will be visiting December, I want to say 6th and 7th, for their Game Fest. I'll be talking more about it as I get the thing. I will be promoting them, not because of pay, but because they're genuinely awesome. And again, to Joe, I almost want to apologize about the number of people who may be interested in Indie CD. The vast majority won't be using my pay code. They'll just be trickling in because they're very excited. We may have some new commercial producers, authors, some fairly, at least one fairly sizable artist. I am excited. I got to spend the last 2 days demoing BSR. I mean, I demoed BSR till my throat was raw. We had a blast. Many things were blown up. There are many people out, the BSR guys are, and when's the next book coming out? So, going to have to do that. I have ideas. I have to wrap up some other things. For my sword fighting friends, found a wonderful gentleman who makes beautiful wooden swords. I mean, they're expensive, they're pricey, but they are gorgeous, and they're hickory bladed, so they're stiff. So I'm going to be trying to do some things. We actually got a tiny bit of consignment sales, so I will be doing consignment sales with them, with a couple other people who are interested in potential consignment sales. This is what conventions do. Lots of networking. My brain is a spool of things and wonders. We had attorney. We have a new record. We have a new record in me losing a tourney. I managed to lose. Actually, it was a demo that turned into a tourney. I managed to lose a game of BSR before it officially started. As soon as it started, the moment it started, I'd already lost. Because in the case of this, and most people know I use two boards primarily. One of them has lots of road tape on it, looks real urban. The other is a little wildernessy, and it has a little river run. A river runs through it. I was demoing. I'm like, yes, guys, just put it along the side of your table. Base contact. You're a little guy. Anywhere along the table, I set it down. I did not look. I did not look. My duckies. I looked down, and my BSR had dropped right in the middle of the river. So I'm like, well, shoot. You win this match. I started the game in the river. These BSRs do not swim. Which there's interest in that. So there may be some aquatic goodness coming down that line. A lot of game design. I thrive, my friends, on that input, that person-to-person input. That being said, I deeply, deeply missed Joe and Trelana's presence at this convention. Not just because, sales and everything, but you would have done so good. I could just tell. And we will be spending the next extended run up to, I believe, Indy City is in March. Yes, it's in March. In Fowler, Indiana. So you can expect that coming down the pipe. We're going to do that. Marching towards expanding our assorted stock again. We just need a big resurge in everything. This is groovy. And reevaluating how we pack. Every time we do one, we're a little better. And that's what it is, folks. Every time you do something, you want it to be better. And you learn. And I've been doing this, I realized, somewhere between 15 and 20 years. I think 16 years because I think I did the first Arctic Con that I did the first Arctic Con. So I did all the Arctic Cons. And then all the region cons. There will not be a region con this year. So I will be looking for an alternate convention in that time frame, and we'll see how we do. And I am actively, for those of you who are involved and have good gaming conventions coming up or anime conventions, please send me your recommendations because I need to do more of these. It's just too good for body and soul. And I really needed that recharge to remember why I do. Seeing not just little kids pick it up, but I had some stately elders of gaming come and play my game and love it. So that's what I'm here for. Okay. People having fun. I also had a delightful discussion with a man named Dan who's still running D&D 2nd edition. It pained me not to try to be a part of that one. But I hope to see him again real soon. That's a blast. So it's like why do I make games? Why do I make games? I mean, yes, I want funds, a legacy for my son, etc., etc. But that feeling of, here, this is how you do it, and watching people's eyes light up as they blow things up. Yes. Yes. So, I will say that is the best run convention I have ever been to that I don't run. And I run little tiny conventions. Those looking for LibraryCon, it will likely happen. Basically, we had some disasters on our end during that time where we couldn't even schedule it, let alone run it, because we had to get everything out of our storage unit in like 3 weeks. And that went over when LibraryCon would have been. So, reach out to Amanda. We will make a schedule that's as some weekend that is effective for you guys, effective for us. Not December 7th, though, because it will be Game Fest, and we're not working it. We are going as gamers to buy the board. And I'll get you that. I don't have their address handy. I need to set up a flyer and thing. So all that's coming down the pipe. Joe, and I said it before, I want Joe and Rich to know your minis they blew the minds of the people. Your prints. My designs, things I rendered, turned real, and sold, always delightful. But we also had a time change, and the clock time change, and the clocks in the hall weren't where they were supposed to be, so we had a lot of temporal difficulties. Fun, though. Fun. I can have fun. I'm allowed to. And yes, this is going to be a very stressful week for a lot of us, one way or another. I will basically be avoiding the news as much as possible because I don't expect clear answers to how the election goes for about a week or two. Hopefully we can get through the shenanigans as calmly as possible. To those of you who haven't voted yet, I implore you to take the kindest of options. Pick the candidate you truly believe will be kinder to the people of America. It's not my job to tell you who, but I will say kindness matters. Okay? And I try not to get political, but this is a situation where I have to mention it. All that being said, LodgeCon was a blast. If you missed it, you have lost an opportunity to great joy. It's going on next year. We're already planning to be there. And I know this makes the idea of a Halicon visit difficult for us, but it's also how my wife and I are celebrating our anniversary, which is in the middle of this week. But it gives us the only way we can justify and arrange a vacation, and it's worth it. So I prattled on, and I know there'll be questions and comments, and you guys are going to want to talk about things. All my duckies were missed. I missed you all. But I will see you at Indie City in March, and then I'll see you at the next StompCon. And people are planning to come to StompCon. So I will be looking for small independent gamers who want to demo their stuff. As usual, keep that in the back of your mind. I'll put the dates out. We actually have them all confirmed. I just have to get them again. With that, I'm going to delete this overlay because I don't need that anymore. And I'm going to run Joe's ad so that you can hear the wonderful things about Indie City. And then I'll be back to check your chat, and we will have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. And then after this, I'm going to unload. Mandy's going to unbox some of the presents she got, being a small quantity of Bloomborough boosters, which is the best set I've seen in decades of Magic. Yeah. And then I'm going to have a chill day. So I'm looking forward to today. It will be chill, and then it will be rebuilding and watching my numbers to see if I get my post-convention spike, because I love a post-convention spike. So, my duckies, my loves, listen to what Joe says for 2 minutes so I can get something to drink, about a minute and a half, and I'll be right back to see your comments. Because you waited on me, and I shouldn't make you wait any longer. Alrighty. And first through the door was Independent Creator Directory at 11:04. Good morning, folks. Good morning, Joe. Incredible, Joseph. Seriously, wonderful. But the way you don't know what having actual minis, like 3-turn minis, did for a lot of the guys. That being said, I've been told I'm not allowed to get rid of the wood minis, so I will keep doing them too. This is a win for everybody. Hi, guys. Hey, Grant, how are you? Didn't know we were doing a late episode today. I am sorry. I didn't plan to do a late one. Traffic on literally, we came home this morning from Bourbonnais, which is only supposed to be an hour away, but traffic. So I literally sent you guys the message from my phone while I was sitting there realizing I'm not going to get there in time to be normal. And both presidential candidates are ending their campaigns in Pittsburgh. So crazy. That's mind-blowing. I'm supposed to work one of the rallies and considering calling off. I'll be honest. One of them I morally could not work. I could not morally be associated with that because I will not support tyranny. But hey, Grant and Joe. Hey, Thesis. Trey screeches in. Not me watching for the notification for this. You're a goddess, Trey. I'm so glad you're here. There is no harm, no foul. Any error is mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. Hi, Blade. Hi, Trey. We got greetings, and we got greetings, and we got greetings. And hi, Foxy. So we got greetings there. And at least we won't have hundreds of comments to catch up on, hopefully. And I am sorry, like I said, I'm sorry about the issue. Normally I have everything set up, but I knew today wouldn't be normal. True. I was about to hop on in the studio as the show started and quickly remembered that on mobile it adds me to the stage. LOL. Darn, Joe, I would have loved to have you on. You guys better get started. Better start commenting. We don't want Nick getting lazy. Moi, I just worked my derriere off. And I could have taken today off. It would have been justified. But no. I was like, we need to get home. I can't even play with my cats. I did not get a sit and appreciate the return of my cats. No. I came on to see you guys. Joe! Hi.
Yeah, I can add myself in real quick.
Yeah, it is much appreciated. I tell you, and I wish you and Richie could have seen the reaction to the minis, because I laid them out and I went buck a BSR just to see, people. I had one dude was counting and he's like 65. I could buy all of them for $65. And the other dudes are like, no, you can't, because we want to get some too. So there was like this argument. I'm like, yes, you can. I will take your money. Right. I don't care if you resell it to your bros at a profit. We can make a deal. But yes, it was a great time. And one of these years we have to get you and Trey down, because it is literally the nicest, most awesome vendor hall ever. They just treat everybody great. That, and Amanda has won a prize 2 years in a row. And I'm not quite sure how that happens, but she's very pleased with herself. I also may have to get a large number of tentacles and send them to Adrian, because we were talking about that. And I forgot that By the Board's logo is literally wrapped up in tentacles, and she didn't know about the inflatable tentacles.
I'm glad you added more context to that, because the original thought that went through my head was definitely a green room thought.
Well, this is not the green room, but I'm going to let that one also fly, because it's Monday and we need it. I understand it, and I will be here all week. But see, we got greetings, and it's time for Joe to make the drive home. You're only wow, okay. Checking.
Yeah, I'm still not home.
And Dawn needs her fix to start the Monday and week. I understand that.
Yep.
And everyone wants you to drive safe. Dawn, and wow, felt weird not having the Nick fix. Filled the time watching another episode of New Life Begins. I am not sponsored by this goofy Chinese period dramedy, but I think you can find the whole thing on YouTube. It is incredibly fun. Everyone should watch. It's a blast. But how was your weekend, Joe?
That was good. Fairly uneventful for the most part. Went to a baptism. Luckily, the church did not catch fire, so that's always a plus.
Oh, okay.
I hissed a little bit when I saw the holy water, but
Okay. Went to and not through. See, we had just a little break, and I was like, what? For some reason, I had the image of you in a convertible going through a drive-through baptism that was like a converted car wash, Cleans your ride.
Leaving the window down and having a semi hit a puddle next to you.
That's a baptism by Chicago.
Yeah, it's a drive-by baptism.
I got one of those the year I ran out of washer fluid, and I bought it from a sketchy Chicago gas station. They had mislabeled it. It was antifreeze.
Oh.
So I was going down 94 far faster than anyone should, because it's 94. Everything is coated in slosh, globs of snow falling from the sky. I hit it, and my windshield looks like an abstract stained glass window. So I got to drive all the way home with my head out the window like a dog.
Hydraulic fluid does the same thing. It makes it look like you smashed into a unicorn and it just kind of like splattered across your windshield.
Yes. It's
pretty rainbow colors.
Friendship is magical when you smash it across the windshield. Much like
Do not feed me lines like that on a Monday where I am tired and barely had enough caffeine.
We had a married couple come to demo BSR, and they got addicted because they should. And
At least
I
it didn't
a
end in
new
divorce.
term was coined: dice-based. I support dice-based domestic abuse, and it just fit. And I was excited because I'm telling this for the people who aren't in the verdant valley of, the shadow of verdantness,
Mm-hmm.
because Fawn heard that.
I saw her post.
Oh yeah, Fawn got not the green roomed, and she's never really made the show for chat to fully appreciate what that means. But she's in the green room, so it was a very interesting conversation. And make sure to spam the chat with motivation encouragement for our Foxy to join Ladies Night, if they have one, that is. Y'all, oh yeah, it's Ladies Night over on the Burning is Yarn.
Yep. Yeah, because I have to help set up for the polls tonight, and I don't know. Sometimes that goes by quick. Other times, like back in May. Yeah, May is the primaries. Yeah, May. I think I got done setting up at like 5:45. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna try and get through that and then rush home to stream, mainly because I know my back's gonna be killing me after doing this. So
Well, maybe you should wear a back brace, some Kevlar, fire retardant gloves. From what I've been hearing about the news.
Well, my only job is to help put up some of the the various notices, and I have to measure out the that thing, how far away we can have our tent, how far away people have to be from the polling location to hand out their little flyers and stuff.
Electioneers cannot. Yeah.
Gotta
Gotcha.
be 50 feet away from the polling location, which it seems like every election, and by every election I mean every May and every November, they change where I have to measure from.
It's almost like the government is insanely bureaucratic and could use like a rule and law audit with a large stick and make it simpler.
So in May, I measured from, because we vote in our fire department. So to go into the fire department, you go through the first door and you're in this little bitty hallway that's no longer than, I'm going to say, 8 feet. And then you turn right through the next door and you're in, where the fire trucks would normally sit, but that's where we set up all the election equipment. Well, sometimes I'm told, well, you have to, you can measure from that door, the most inner door, 50 feet from there. And then there's times I'm told that no, it has to be the outer door. So county keeps changing their mind on this. And I'm actually hoping to get direction on that today so I know where to set up the tent so that we don't get soaked tomorrow, because, it wouldn't be a November election in Indiana if it didn't rain.
That's true. And I do see, all jests aside, because I normally joke, I am really impressed and damned proud of you, pardon my French, for getting so involved in both local government and the electoral process and doing doing a part to be part of it. It really genuinely impresses me. And if more people cared, I think we'd have a better nation.
Well, the funny thing is, our town manager just texted me a little bit ago, don't forget to vote tomorrow. And my first initial thought was, really, you're telling the person who is going to be working the poll with you? That sounded wrong. Working
I don't
the
know, Joe. I've
elections.
seen you do your little moves on the catwalk, you know.
Anyway.
Dang. Really glad that the camera cuts off here. But
right. But I'm sitting there thinking, you're going to tell the person who works the elections with you to not forget to vote when I'm like normally number 3. I'm normally the 3rd vote cast at our location, and she's the one that forgot to vote until about 4 p.m. in May.
yeah, it probably was one of those group text kind of things where
No, she sent it just straight to me. She's not tech savvy enough to set up a group text.
oh, well then
Trust me.
it's either very silly, which I find delightful because we need more silliness, or if she's capable of that level of sarcasm, I
She
really,
is.
It's like how I recently found out about I have reached certain levels of petty, and my wife agrees with it and is proud, after the Nerf gun incident. So I am okay with this. I like older people sarcasm. Let's see. Now I'm a little confused by comment because Trey says, "Glad you guys had a safe trip home, even if it was inconvenient." So are we. Urge to spam the chat with motivation. We talked that. And then Foxy says, "We will be getting him a new harness soon for just that reason." And there is no on our chat, no lead up to why she said we are getting him a new harness soon for just that reason. Are you trying to get me safely home? Are you trying to get Joe out where he's going? What is the purpose of harnessing? Who is he?
I'm guessing that's their new pupper, and YouTube decided to eat a comment.
Yes, but it's more fun to pretend that the obvious doesn't exist and make everyone wonder what we're about. And Don says, "Yeah, Trey and Foxy, we are doing a girls' night, right?" And Dawn apologizes for missing the Saturday night thesis, which, while I didn't mean it that way, it fits. Was not in a good mindset to discuss funerals. I understand that. Grant's promoting League of Cryptids Part 2. And we've got that. Hugs for Dawn. My Kickstarter is going good, but not great.
I need
Feels
to go
like I'm
back and
hitting
look. I think I backed that. I'm fairly certain I backed that. I'm going to have to look when I get home.
And no problem, Dawn. I completely understand. It's ladies' night tonight. Fun story. And I'm feeling right. When I was working as the guy opening Chuck E. Cheese, a bachelorette party came in at 10 o'clock in the morning. Not because they were getting started, but because they were still going, and just one of them was craving Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
I mean, good greasy pizza after a night of partying? I shouldn't say good. Good might be a...
No, I was the guy who made a lot of the pizza, and I can tell you it was good pizza.
Oh,
It was like
I never had it, so...
I was shocked at how good it is relative to, most of the places. Seriously? Chuck E.'s? Okay, cool. But it did make me coming out to be Chucky. I've never gotten tips as Chucky before. Apparently they had singles left over. My manager had to speak with one of the ladies to remind them that this is not that kind of establishment and we no longer serve alcohol. But it was one of those. So I'm all about ladies' nights. Hugs Dawn. Yay! We
Show me
love
what
that
that rat
possibility.
tail can do.
Long as the net holds out. Yay! Now I have to come up with a project. Don't! No, you can just chat. I'll have to set up the card table later this afternoon. Rock on. And Trey, maybe next year we'll make LodgeCon. I had no idea how burnt out I was until the nap ninjas kept attacking. I really want to yell to Mandy that it's nap ninjas' faults. Mandy, it's not your fault. It's the nap ninjas. She's going to have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, and that's delightful.
All right. So I'm going to attempt to leave the studio without ending your stream for once.
If you end the stream, I go eat old Chinese food. If not, we keep streaming. Thank you, Joe.
I will be back in the chat here in a little bit.
All righty. Maybe. Uh-oh. Well, Joe seems to be frozen, so I'm just going to remove him. We're still streaming because I don't know what's going on there. And we'll keep on trying. You know what? We haven't done enough ads. I need to run some ads. And we should be getting some new ads. But you know what? I'm hyper. I'm hyper. And so if I'm hyper, there's only one ad I can run.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too.
I just needed that gem. And I was wondering why, if my Kickstarter will do better after the election. That's because it is all-consuming right now, right? The stakes are astronomically high. And as a formally, I can speak, trained historian, we will either begin a new era of hopeful improvement, or we will have the same thing that's going on systematically all over the world of a descent into madness. And that's where it lies. There is no way to undercut it. So please get out there and vote, folks. That happens. Nat ninjas are persistent. And a lot of people are overwhelmed by the election grant, and I know a lot of people are taking social media breaks until it's over, after it's over. Honestly, for a large part, if I weren't working, yes. Okay, that's probably my neighbor knocking, but Mandy's here, so I don't have to worry about that. I know a lot of people are taking social media breaks. Yeah, and I don't blame any of you. Probably Grant will try to do something once pup surgery is over and we know what we have left. And Chris Walker, pause for Dawn to squee, because I realized two things. One, good morning, everyone. Hope that everyone had a good weekend. I did! And two, Dawn showed up, but I forgot to mention the fact that Dawn is the creator of her fashionable felines. So I need to show Buddy and Georgette, and you can read all about them on Facebook. Thank you for reminding me, Chris. That way she gets a double squee. Now, hi, Chris. I'm supposed to work a Trump rally tonight. I couldn't. Sorry, I mechanically could not. Have I quit jobs for less? Yes. Hey, Chris. Hi, Chris. Hey, Chris. I would call off if it were me, Grant. Speaking of said pup, I wish I could nap like he does. Oh, yes. Just got back from Donna's vampire biting. Hey, Carl. Hey, everyone. Nick gets to attend a con and not work it. Yes. It is Game Fest. It is hosted by the board. It's just some big event that they're doing. And Adrian's like, you have to come up. And Adrienne, she is a vision. She's kind of like the piano player on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. I know that's a deep cut, but if you ask me, do I do what the piano player says? Yes. Yes, I do. Is the money worth the aggravation? Yeah. Chris Walker is asking the ancient question, is the juice worth the squeeze? Morning, Carl, and everyone's greeting Carl. And hello, Carl. I missed the hello, everyone, but because I was confused with the vampire biting. And hey, Donna, thank you guys for making it. And greetings. I literally, I can't even watch YouTube for distraction right now because of the bombardment. My plan is to play a lot of video games, play a lot of Magic, and just try, because what you're going to have is a lot of talking head stuff, trying to generate drama to keep people transfixed, and I can't do that. So I won't. I'll be walking to the polling place as soon as I'm awake and moving tomorrow, then avoiding the news for the rest of the day. Yep. Hi, Donna. That's a great idea and plan. I'm there with you, Chris. HalloCon is quite difficult for us too, as well as just about every other convention. Well, that's tragic. Already voted, so I'm hiding my head for the next couple days. Is it prophetic that it's going to rain most of the week? I hope the skies aren't crying for the outcome, but hope does spring eternal. And even if an undesirable outcome does occur, as long as I have access to the ability to broadcast a message of personal responsibility, kindness to others and self, opposition of hatred and imposter syndrome, as long as I have a venue with which to try to promote the good folks trying to do good things, I will continue. I have been advised to consider not, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. Walter Lippmann: a man has honor when he holds to his principles, despite it being unpopular, unprofitable, or dangerous to do so. And whether I want to or not, because it's very inconvenient, I can't help being the alignment I am. So I will keep being here for you guys. And you know what? I'm going to take a second and remind all of you seriously. I know there's a lot of mental health going on. A lot of people are scared. If you are scared, I'm sorry, Brian, I have to take your brand thing down for just a second, because I can't show this and not have it covered, and this one needs to be uncovered. The suicide crisis and crisis hotline is 988. text or dial, help is available. If you are having problems with the upcoming election and if it feels like too much, please reach out. There are people who are trained and available waiting to help you. And let me just get where I can get my stuff back together. And get back to the comment. Oh, Brand, pull that down. Alrighty. And back to the comments. Because I know some of you are feeling it hard, and some of the people who may be watching from the background. So, let's see. And aggravation. Sorry, I got to find where I was. Great idea and plan. I'm there with you, Chris. Oh, wait. Almost already voted, and I'm going to void and not get too much, hoping to avoid the circus. And this is a great statement. I hope that whomever gets elected winds up being better than their opponents hope they will. That goes for both sides. That's a great way to look at it. I simply I've looked at the facts, and I would like it just to be constitutional. That's all I want. Someone who respects and honors the Constitution, all the amendments. That's. Oh no, I get it. I like how you worded it, Chris. But I recall that mixed in the mud, the candidates talked about their own plans and platforms. Now let's bash the other person. How will I know what you stand for, sir or madam? I got some information from some of them. And that's where I have to put it, but it is what it is. And hey, Doc Crow, how are you doing? And since Donna is less than blood, perhaps she forgot to say, like this video, please. Indeed. What happened, you beautiful nerds? Well, we're running late, and I'm going to do a show a bit on the long side. Because I'm come back from LodgeCon. And let me do something real quick. Okay. I did not type hard enough, but I'm sure it can be translated. That being said, no, I had a great time. I'm going to keep gaming. I'm going to keep holding game conventions. I'm going to keep building people up because that's what I do for as long as I can. No, you shouldn't, Chris. The loser side will actually hope the winner side fails. You had it right. Anyway, not my circus. I hope that whatever happens, better. Gotcha. Okay. The best possible happens. Now. And hey, Crow and Johnny, and hello. And it's great seeing you, Johnny. 8 likes, better than the 3 I saw when I added my broadcast. Yep, guys, please drop the likes. A Wild Joe appears. Yes, it's always great when Joe. And this is, they're saying hi, Joe, and sold some BSRs. Yes, I actually sold quite a few. And that's just a great time. And Chris says, probably because Amanda is awesome, nice, and deserving of prizes. Indeed. I'm just curious about how not Joe and the kids are doing. There are evil plots everywhere, my good sir. Trust me. And still digesting the chocolate chips crepe that are replenishing the blood the vampires took this morning. And I hate that after blood draw feeling. I'm just so familiar with it. It's just another day. I always bruise horribly. My veins will roll back. Oh, I'm sorry. Mandy's the same way. Okay. Back for I was doing some stuff. I had to listen for a minute. You're fine. That's a terrible predicament to be in, Joe. A Monday and not enough caffeine. Well, I'm hoping he's addressing that right now. And he is. So that's good. You know, we need to keep our Joey properly caffeinated. Fortunately, I have no problem with that. Between the ages of 4 and 14, I was giving blood every 6 months. Kind of got used to it. I understand that. And I think my computer mouse is dying. I went to say one thing, and instead the the Boondock Saints and Shepherds we shall be started running through my head. It's like, whoop, that is not how you bless a dying mouse. It will scroll down, but up is finicky. And when I was election judge, we had to do all that. Yeah, I decided to call off. Probably right. Poll or poll? Both, dear. Both. The things Joey can do with a poll. Totally understandable, Grant. And, or a pool cue for that matter. Ugh, sorry. No, we all went there, Don. Joe's going to work that poll. Wait, poll? Never mind. He works hard for the money. Man, I am on a classic 80s music jam kind of thing because, you know, my brain went from he works hard for the money to I need a hero. You know, Joe just needs some theme music that, you know, we'll call it Discord theme music so that we can violate all the copyrights as needed. That's a joke, YouTube. Hey, $20 is $20. I had the scene from Birdcage go through my mind. Wow. Very true. Puppy harness. He slipped his collar last night. I hate when pets slip their collars. Oops. But on the bright side, he ran back home rather than away. Thank goodness. I think I'm going to take a break from promoting my Kickstarter. Yeah, just chill. I advise everyone, whatever you feel, the cool heads approach of just chill. Let what's going to be work its way through. The system exists for a reason, and it can work if it's allowed to. If it's allowed to. Good indigo. Right? He knows where home is and feels safe enough to go there rather than spooking and running elsewhere. After wrenching my arm backwards and slipping a collar off, I was not happy. Fun time. Indeed. Called off working for Trump rally. I'm sure my bosses will be mad, especially because they're all Republicans, but oh well. Pupper being pupper. Hey, Don, you got another chance to watch. And there's the YouTube stream for the Tea House show. And don't know how you can work a union and be a Republican. There's a lot of things I don't understand. Yep, I'm really trying, guys. I am really, really trying here on that one. By not Joe. And I apologize for being tired, Trey, but I hope that HoloCon was worth it. Oh, from what I've heard, like, you guys are still too tired from all the fun you had. So I get trickles of the joy of HoloCon. I probably will hear that for quite a while. Phrase that poorly. Yeah, Grant, people are odd like that. That looked like a new suspect picture. Okay. Hey, if you don't have anything to do this morning, check out my new Apphilian story on subjugation of Jeff on Apphilian webzine/short/2411 2024/11 subjugation of Jeff. He was going to say it, chair. Actually, I got interrupted during the stream, so I couldn't. Does Donna have a story there too? Chair. HoloCon is absolutely worth it. I was more burnt out from the work season. I'm hoping you get to wind down. And you guys want to make the trip? I think by the board, it's about halfway between us. We could meet you guys there. Sure, Jeff, sure. Or read Kitty's story, Apphilian Dragon's Dance. Good. Oh, I had to log in and back up the video to see what's yelled from the office. LOL. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Amanda. Hey, love. Hope you're having a good one. Getting some rest before we have to unload the car. Letting the rain stop raining. Hi, Amanda and Xanda. Xander. Amanda, the Nap Ninjas was what the fuss was about. And hi, Xander, too. My babies. Don's babies. Ha! I beat you, Don. Nope, Don got there first. Gotta try to save my squeeze for ladies' night. Giggles. Rain can be there. Hi, everyone. See? She's here. She should promote her stuff. I actually have to get her wrenched because she doesn't show up enough to be wrenched. But thanks for posting the hotline. It could be really impactful when you need help. Yes. And Nap Ninjas are working really hard in our living room. Xander's burrito did the soft red blankie. Excellent. Talk to someone. Don't do something hurtful or harmful or hurtful to yourself or those who care about you. And Dawn says, I have my counselor appointment this afternoon. No shame. She's been an amazing person in my life. I think my next appointment is the 8th. He said long side. LOL. Save it for tonight, Dawn. Ha 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 ha, says Carl. LOL. And hee hee. One like until double digits are achieved. Save it for tonight, Dawn. I bet that's been said a few times. 20 BSR prints to one returning gamer. One dude bought 20 of them. I am so ecstatic. Accountability, sort of. Last doctor visit, I was down several pounds. Now with Pupper, I'm walking more so to hope to keep that trend. Rock on! And nice, Amanda. Hi, Amanda. If you were out there, I'd leave a trail of greenies for you to chase, Foxy. You checking in on the old man? A little bit. We took your advice, Carl, about putting a couple greenies closer to the house. I love seeing the post-con endorphin rush this morning. Basically, I am excited. We're after I eat properly because with the pack out, I really didn't get to. I will munch some lunch, and then we'll get the car cleaned out, and we may do some crafting. We may do some plotting and silly things involving magic cards. I'm excited. Although my hair, because of the weather, was like one big knotted poof. So I had Mad Hatter energy hard. Cool, Foxy. Keep up that streak. Grant, oh, no. Just so nosy while crashing on the couch. Be nosy. You're always welcome here. Gah! Foot cramp. Ow, ow, ow! And Don says, Amanda, we need to get together for our Koi Wolf discussion. Indeed. I'm going to run an ad, and I'll be right back. Who needs an ad? Oh, Trey needs an ad. Where's Trey's stuff? Trey needs an ad. Trey needs an ad. Okay. Alrighty. And we'll hit some more comments. Time for a Keisha type intervention, LOL. No, just chatting. That comes later. Good thing happened at LodgeCon. BCam committed to doing a book in the Mad Gasser cheerleader series. Rock on, BCam. I miss seeing him in the chat. I know he's been so busy with his there's a book con thing. Book signing situation coming up. And I am, glad for that for him. There we go. Lowell. Here we go. I'm going to do this. Oh, okay. That's going to be easy. So this is the information for By the Board Games and Entertainment. I'm going to share that. And I am going to share their link so that everybody gets that as well. And Carl, how do you feel about someone else writing your character? And I had a chance to see him this weekend. He was at QuadCon. He just couldn't get there. I know. I'm sorry, but I'm very committed. When I get into a convention and it works well and they invite me back the next year, I take that very seriously. I have to have a very difficult time at a convention to not return. And it's always good. But By the Board Games and Entertainment, 410 East Commercial Ave, Lowell, Indiana, for the folks who are asking. And there's the telephone. Go over there, buy stuff, and tell them Nick sent you. Again, not sponsored, just groovy people. And forgot to mention there will be no grant draws tonight because I canceled my guest because I thought I was working tonight. Oh, that's fine. Grant, enjoy your day off, not to stress. Oh, I asked him to, Grant. This started as a joke. I said that I would write the first and last Mad Gasser books, and then someone else could do the 30 Missing Years. Uh-oh. That means the girls can go as long as they want. Thesis. The girls can always go as long as they want. We just have to keep up. I couldn't get in the mind space. There were other folks I regret not seeing as well that were there. I understand. And that happens. But we all made it through. We've made it through a great convention. We will make it through this week, whatever the outcome. I will be here till I am forced off. Because I want to support you guys. So I'm going to run some ads, and I'll probably wrap up. I'm getting hungry. Let's see. Since you guys have stuff on Atvillian, we'll do.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphellion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Dan, for everything you do, because it is much appreciated. We want to run, we'll run Foxy's ad.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see. and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
All right, and that's what we're all about, making sure you guys maintain your ability to art. We're going to go through the last of these comments, and then I am going to wrap up and get something to eat because I am getting hungry, and as you can hear, my voice is just starting to pop. So, mind space. That happens when you're stressed by things, and there's plenty of stress going about, says Foxy. Foxy says, so Trey, I sent you a message in FB. Indie CD next Wednesday was a special guest, me. I was going to get back to my phone to say that thesis. You beat me to it. See everyone later. See everyone tonight. Yes, folks, see everyone on the Independent Creator Network. If you want to support us, go to indiecd.org. And you can actually, I want to remind you folks, if you want to just support Joe in what he is doing, there is actually a donation. Just go here and you can donate to help small creators find their place online and help each other. I know the world is spooky. I know a lot's going on. I get you guys' messages and I respond as fast as I can. But we'll get through this together, okay, guys? So keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating, because if you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you and you should too, and I will see you Wednesday for the art episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Toodles, folks.